We are Arya. Who does Arya mean? Arya has become associated with race hierarchy, who consider white people, blonde, blue-eyed superior from other skin nations, and it serves as a powerful propaganda tool in the historical reality that has occurred. But that is not factual. To this day the word Arya is loaded with all kinds of negative connotations and is largely due to the Nazi ideology, claiming to be Arya nation. This is misguided, and Nazi propaganda has damaged Aryans' image, eliminated thousands of people with just one word, racism. We have entered and fallen into the abyss of destruction due to the political policies of a nation, to the point that the presumption of white supremacy is superior nation. Then it wildly makes the attitude of contagious other nations to label the human hierarchy based on skin color, white or black. This has the effect of dividing humanity. Then who is Aryan? The initial presumption of the Aryan people published today is that those who lived in Iran and Iraq in the prehistoric era, these people migrated to northern India around 1500 BC. These indigenous Dravidian India called the newcomers Arya. In the late 19th century, early 20th century, Aryans were equated with people German or Nordic, and earlier, Aryan refers to an ancient language whose speakers are thought to have spread and influenced languages throughout the Indian subcontinent. Also published is the Sumerian civilization developing in the Persian Gulf, around 4 to 3000 BC, and the civilization in the plains of Shinar land is a new area after 2000 BC which is now called Babylon. Other sources also spread that, according to Volkish people's belief, the Aryans had created a high civilization. Those that existed thousands of years ago were destroyed by natural disasters of ice melting at the end of the last ice age or the onset of the ice age, 12,000 years ago, and the basis for this mythology is less solid. Another assumption is that the original land of the Aryans was the Thule, at the northern tip of the earth, a warm region. They lived in caves. This branch of the Aryan race was the Proto-Indo-European. Published was the Iranian, who spread, colonized various northern regions of the earth in the post-flood period, spread agricultural civilization, and is universally recognized by the symbol swastika. 1. This symbol is used by the Nazi ideology to claim to be the nation of Aryan. This misconception in Nazi propaganda that has damaged Aryans' image, eliminates humans only on the basis of racism, is identified by using the symbol swastika, 1 at the time of Hitler. The basic questions that must be answered. Filled circle: what nation in this world can explain in full, clear, and in detail the philosophical meaning of the symbol swastika? Filled circle: what nation in the world until today in its daily culture uses the symbol swastika? Nation which until today, with the philosophy of swastika, live in peace and reconcile the world, because here are perfectly stored the main basic teachings of the original Dharmic, which underlie the growth of teachings in India. Let's go chronologically. The origins of religion in India began with the entry of the Aryan Kakya Saka nation, which brought enormous changes in the life order of Indian society from 3102 BC to 1300 BC. That the Aryans were not the first inhabitants of India, and the Harappan Dravidian civilization existed long before their arrival. This means that the Aryan or Vedic culture was not the sole source of early civilization in India, that the source was elsewhere. This change occurred because the Aryans carried out cultural integration with the indigenous Indian Dravidas, and further this integration gave birth to 3 Indian religions: Hindu, Buddhist, and Jaina. This Aryan nation afterwards began writing the Vedic scriptures. This holy book is written in 4 parts such as Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. Saka is recorded in the word Mahachakya. The Kakya, Kaka, Saka have or adhere to the original teachings of the nation's ancestors named Dharma, appearing in word literacy. Kusaladharmabhajana originated in Svarnadvipa long before Christ, depicted in Vwana Chaka Phala, now published as Borobudur. So, Saka is the name of a nation who came to India and expanded to migrate to Central Asia, Eastern Europe, and North Anatolia in the period after the Mahabharata War, 3162 BC, around 3100 to 3000 BC. Europeans call the Saka with Scythian. This is what is meant by Aryan, the ancestors of the Indonesian nation who colored 3/4 of the Earth's surface as well as the land of India. The literacy of the word Arya is recorded in the opening sentence of the Kalasan inscription with the sentence Namo Bhagavatyai Arya Terayai. The word Samgaya is written in the Nalanda Bihar area of India, on the site of a stupa called Saraputra, written the sentence Iri Nalanda Mahaviharya Arya Bhiksusamgasya. And word literacy, Saraputra, This is clearly the name Nusantara Indonesia, not India. This Samgasya is also found in the 8th stanza sentence of the Kalasan inscription. Verse 8. Buradaksiniyam Atula Data Samgaya Rajasimhana Sailendrarajabupar Anapara Palyar Santatya, Samgaya. Unmatched by Rajasimha, of the Shailendra lineage and successive rulers of succession. Maharaja Panangkarana, his sacred building honoring a 700-year-old teaching, Varsasada Saptabir, it means the building, Kalasan, was built 700 years ago since he wrote this Kalasan inscription. Also the knowledge of Samgaya has been going on for 700 years. This knowledge besides Veda, which is studied in Nalanda, India includes Veda, Samgaya, Atharvaveda, Hetuvidyat logic, Chikitsavidyat medicine. Shabdavidyat grammar, notice there is a Veda study, so that is learned in Nalanda, not Buddhism only. Aryan is the ancestor of the ancient Indonesian archipelago. The name Saraputra is Putra Nusantara, a pioneer figure for the birth of one of the Indian teachings which is now labeled in Borobudur. He was born to a mother named Sari, in Svarnabhumi, Svarnadvipa, Nusantara, Indonesia before the 5th century BC. Hirananda Shastri, in 1921, in the vestibule of the monastery No. 1 at Nalanda Bihar University, India, found artifacts in the form of copper plates, donation Balaputradeva, Raja Suvarnadvipa lineage of Sailendra. Nalanda copperplate, which was found in the monastery of one Nalanda in India, is inscribed with the king Phala, a descendant of Sailendra named Balaputradeva of Svarnadvipa. This means, Nalanda, in Bihar, India, founded in 427 AD, built by and on the initiative of Sailendra Srivijaya from Sumatra, Indonesia, is the ancestor of the Indonesian nation called the Kakya, Scythian Kaka, Saka, or Arya. This word literacy text is listed in the basic reliefs of Borobudur as evidenced by the existence of an Indonesian word and name in a stupa called Saraputra, in Nalanda, Bihar, India. Until now, this is evidence of our ancestors who colored India. So all the sites as well as the original teachings in the Indonesia are not based on one of the two Indian religions, Hindu or Buddha, but what is still being depicted on the Borobudur site is also recorded in Bali, is what underlies the growth of the tri-religions. The basic philosophy of Dharmic original is the teachings of the ancestors of the ancient Indonesian archipelago which color India, not the revers. Namo Aryatara. We are Arya by Santo Saba. Info Zoom discussion forums and ebooks. WhatsApp 0813 2132 9787.